hands are trembling. I gotta keep my act together. At least for now. I noted that name somewhere. What was it? Blake. Lieutenant Carter Blake. Yeah, that's it. Reporters. Already. Huh. They seem well informed. Goddamn rain. Hasn't stopped pouring since I arrived. I'm really gonna love it here.
The zone is sectioned off, sir. Please step back.
Agent Norman Jayden, FBI?
You got a badge or something, Mr. Jayden?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Check. You can pass.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Blake. Is he around?
I saw him arrive earlier. He's here somewhere.
Thanks. Video memo recording, Agent 47023, Norman Jayden, Tuesday, October 4th, 2011. Time is 8:14 a.m. Unrelated to the investigation. There's a railroad track near where the body was left. Same as all the other victims. And soaking wet. The body is still here. Way too many people here. They're trampling all over the crime scene. I'm looking for Lieutenant Carter Blake. Thanks. Lieutenant Blake? I'm Agent Norman Jayden from the FBI. I went by your office this morning. They told me you'd be here.
Now, if you're looking for rain, dead bodies, and highways, you come to the right place. Mike, will you tell that asshole with the bulldozer to stop for 5 minutes? I can't hear myself think here.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Well, are you coming, Jayden?
So, what happened?
Some guy taking his dog for a piss found a body about 6 o'clock this morning. We don't know much more right now. Based on what we've seen, looks like the work of the origami killer.
Do we know the cause of death?
There are no marks on the body. Chances are he was drowned, like the others. Any news on the coroner?
He's on his way, Lieutenant.
We've been waiting for an hour, for fuck's sake.
Has the body been identified?
No, not yet. We should know more later today.
There are a lot of people on the crime scene. Aren't you afraid your men might destroy some clues?
You don't find proof sitting behind a desk. And we're not in the habit of trampling things into the ground, even if we're not in the FBI.
No, of course not. That's not what I meant.
Tony, I don't want to see a single shit-stirring journalist within a mile of here. You got it?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Has the time of death been established?
Based on the rigor mortis, must be less than 6 hours ago. We should know more once the coroner has had a look. Listen, I'm a little busy here. Why don't we discuss all this a little later, back at the office?
Oh, no problem. I understand. Do you mind if I have a look around?
Be my guest. Hey, Jayden, you come and see me if you find anything, okay? We're on the same team now.
Strange character, that Blake. Didn't seem too pleased to see me. The crime scene is compromised by all these people. I doubt there'll be many clues left, if there were any to start with. The body is still here. Airy comment, sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the wasteland. Airy comment, the victim is lying on his back. No visible signs of violence. His face is covered with mud, like the other victims. An orchid was placed on the victim's chest. A small origami figure in the right hand. Fingers were probably closed after the time of death. The victim is Jeremy Bowles, declared missing 5 days ago. See reference file. Superficial wound on the right thigh. Blood analysis suggests it could be post-mortem. Probably a scratch that occurred when the body was being moved. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion. Harry, comment. Orchid pollen detected. Probably from the flower left on the body. Airy comment. The pollen particles disappear in the tall grass. It's probably the end of the trail. Airy comment. Traces of blood on the railroad track. Analysis confirms it comes from the victim. Orchid pollen. Something the killer couldn't control. Can it be traced back to its source? Impressive. Seems the only traces the killer left are those he intended to leave. He knew exactly what he was doing, right down to the tiniest detail. Footprints continue just after the pollen trail. There's a good chance that they're the killers. Harry comment. There are traces of blood on the fence behind the railroad line. It comes from the victim. The killer came this way with the body and probably grazed it on his way through the fence. There's a good chance that they're the killers. Harry, Carmen. Tire tracks on the side of the road behind the railroad line. It may be the killer's car. I think I've seen all there is to see. I think I've seen enough. Better get back to the station before I catch pneumonia.
A bat. A fox. A crab. Death. Death.
I have the results of your MRI scans. Everything seems to be normal. There is no physical damage from the accident. However, I am worried about your psychological condition. I know it's not easy, but you've got to start over, Ethan. You're not responsible for what happened.
It's my fault Jason is dead. He'd still be alive if I'd been looking out for him.
It was an accident. Accidents happen every day. You can't blame yourself forever for your son's death. How is Sean?
He's a very solitary kid, very focused within himself. He's really close to his mother. With me, he's more distant.
And what about you, Ethan? What do you feel?
I no longer want to live. I have no reason to continue.
Not even for your son, Sean.
I couldn't save Jason. Sean doesn't need a father like me.
Is there something else you wanted to tell me, Ethan?
No. No.
That's the end of this session. We'll continue this conversation next week. You were lucky, Ethan. It's very rare to survive such a traumatic accident.
I don't exactly feel lucky, Doc.